Have you ever sat down and wondered where exactly your money disappears, even when you're doing everything you can to save it? Look, I need to show you something that's going to hurt. I'm Jack, and I help people take control of their money so it actually works for them, not against them. If this helps, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me keep making these videos. With inflation and prices going up on almost everything, a lot of the stuff we've always bought just isn't giving real value anymore. Stay with me until the end, and I'll show you the 10 biggest money traps you might be falling for, plus exactly how much they're costing you. Number 10. Fast food. Yep, that quick burger and fries you grab when you're too busy to cook. Think about it. The last time you went to McDonald's or Burger King, how much did that meal cost? $12? $15? Sometimes even $20 for a combo. Meanwhile, you could make the same meal at home for $3 to $5. You're literally paying triple for a burger and a paper bag. And fries. And the thing is, we keep doing it. Because it's convenient, it's quick, and hey, it tastes okay. But let's be real for a second. Are you really getting value for that $15 to $20? Probably not. That's money that disappears the second you leave the drive-thru. Now, I'm not saying never eat fast food. Everyone needs a treat sometimes. But here's the wake-up call. When it becomes a habit, when it's 2, 3, 4 times a week, that's hundreds of dollars vanishing every month on something you could cook at home for a fraction of the cost. And if you think fast food is harmless, wait until we get to restaurants. That's when the real wallet draining begins. Number 9. Restaurants, dining out. This one might hit a little closer to home. Because fast food was expensive, sure, but restaurants? That's a whole different level. A casual dinner for 2 these days? You're looking at $60, $70, maybe even $100. And don't forget the tip, another 15 to 20% just for being polite. That's $80 to $120 for one meal, one night out. And here's where it sneaks up on you. Most people go out once or twice a week without even thinking about it. But do the math, $100 a meal, twice a week, 4 weeks in a month. That's $800 a month. $9,600 a year. Just on dinners you could make at home. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should never enjoy a night out. Go for it, celebrate, relax, treat yourself. But the problem is when it becomes a habit. When 2, 3, 4 nights a week become normal, that's thousands of dollars disappearing without you even realizing it. And if you think dining out is the biggest trap, let's talk cars. Number 8. Cars. Specifically, new cars. And I'm going to be blunt, buying a brand new car is one of the worst financial decisions most people make. Seriously, this one hurts, but it's the truth. The moment you drive that shiny new car off the lot, it loses about 20% of its value. Just like that. And it keeps depreciating every single year after that. Meanwhile, most people are financing these cars, so you're not just losing money on depreciation, you're paying interest on top of it. And FYI, a 3 or 4-year-old used car is usually just as reliable, gets you to the same places, and costs half as much. Yet people keep buying new cars, thinking they deserve it or that they need the latest model. The math is obvious, but the psychology is strong. Now, of course, if you've got money to burn, go ahead, enjoy the new car. But for anyone trying to build wealth, this habit keeps you broke. And yes, luxury cars fall in the same trap, but worse. Depreciation rates are even higher, and the payments? Forget about it. People just keep thinking about status and how society would perceive them. And speaking of status, let's move to clothing. Number 7. Designer, branded clothing. Most of the time, it's not worth it. Seriously, your wallet will tell you the truth before anyone else does. Think about it. You could buy a plain white t-shirt for $10. Or you could drop $200 on the same shirt with a little designer logo slapped on it. Nobody actually cares about your logo, but your wallet definitely does. And it's not just t-shirts. Designer jeans, handbags, sneakers. People pay thousands for stuff that's barely better than the regular version. We think the logo makes us look successful, fashionable, and important. But in reality, the only person noticing that logo most of the time is you. Meanwhile, that extra $190 or $500 or even $1,000 could be working for you elsewhere. Investments, savings, building real wealth. But instead, it's gone the second you walk out of the store. Of course, I'm not saying all expensive clothing is a waste. If it's high quality and lasts for years, that's fine. But most of the stuff people buy? It's logos, status. And it's not just clothing. Vacations have become the next expensive trap. Number 6. Overpriced vacations. Now, do not get me wrong. I love to travel as much as anyone. Seeing new places, experiencing different cultures, taking a break from daily life. That's all valuable. But vacations have become ridiculously expensive, and most people don't even realize how much they're really spending. Flights? Way more than they used to be. Hotels? Budget options still cost a small fortune. And most people aren't paying cash, they're putting it on credit cards, financing the trip, and spending the next year paying interest on an experience they already enjoyed and can't get back. Obviously, experiences are valuable, yes, but not if they ruin your finances. Spending $5,000 or $10,000 on a luxury vacation might feel amazing for a week. But ask yourself, how much would your life improve if that same money was invested instead? That's real wealth you could be building while everyone else is just posting photos online. Yeah, you don't need to go across the world to have an amazing experience. Weekend trips nearby, exploring your own region, finding free or cheap activities, these can give you the same memories without the massive price tag. But people see everyone else's vacation photos on social media and feel like they have to keep up. And that's exactly when this trap catches you. You're spending money you don't have, for a status you don't need, all for a week-long feeling that fades as soon as you're back home. And now, let's get to something most people don't even think about: subscriptions. And trust me, these small monthly fees are quietly draining more money than most vacations ever will. Number 5. Subscriptions. And no, I'm not just talking about your Netflix. I'm talking about the whole ecosystem: streaming services, cable, gym memberships. The stuff that quietly drains your money every month. Think about it. You've probably got 5 or 6 streaming services now. Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, maybe even a few more. Each one is $10, $15 a month. Doesn't sound like much, right? But add them all up, and that's $600, $700, maybe even $1,000 a year just to watch content you barely touch. And cable? Some people are still paying $150 a month for hundreds of channels they never watch. Seriously, most of that content is available on streaming anyway, but people just keep paying because, well, that's what they've always done. Then there's the gym membership trap. We all know someone who signs up with the best intentions, pays $50, $60 a month, goes for the first 2 weeks, and then, nada. But the payments keep going. That's $500, $600 a year, gone. You're paying for things you barely use, and it's money that could be working for you elsewhere. And subscriptions feel small, so we don't notice them. But months turn into years, and suddenly, you've spent thousands on stuff that gave you little to no real value. And while we're on this, electronics are next, and the trap is even bigger. Number 4. Electronics upgrades. Phones, laptops, tablets, you name it. And most people are upgrading way too often. Take the iPhone, for example. The new model costs around $1,000 every year. But ask yourself, does your old phone really stop working? Most devices function perfectly for 3, even 5 years. You're paying for features you barely use, all because companies have engineered it to feel like you need the newest version. This is called planned obsolescence. Tech companies make gadgets that wear out faster, or software that pushes you to upgrade, so they can sell more. And millions of people fall for it every single year. If you kept your devices for 4 or 5 years instead of upgrading constantly, you'd save thousands of dollars. And it's not just gadgets. Your home is full of overpriced traps, too. Number 3. Premium household products. Take kitchen gadgets, for example. A $400 blender? Sure, it looks fancy. But a $40 basic model does the exact same job. Same goes for cleaning products. Generic versions work just as well, and they cost half, sometimes a third of the price. Furniture is next. People finance couches, tables, chairs, paying interest on items that lose value the second they leave the store. A sofa isn't an investment. It's going to get worn out and stained, no matter how pretty it looks. And lastly, let's talk about the sneakiest trap of them all, status spending. This is the one that's hardest to notice because it's disguised as success, but it's really just draining your bank account. Number 2, status spending. That's when you buy things not because you need them or even really want them, but because you want to look rich. Designer watches, handbags, luxury cars. A lot of people spend thousands just to project an image. And for real, wealthy people don't flaunt it. The ones showing off all the flashy stuff? Often they're the ones struggling financially. It's tricky because we're surrounded by messages telling us we need these things to matter, to be successful, to be respected. But the reality is, none of that matters if your bank account is empty. Every dollar spent to impress someone else is a dollar not building real wealth. And once you see it for what it is, it's easier to stop falling for the trap. Finally, let's wrap it all up with the last big money drain, the one that sneaks into almost every part of our lives. Number 1, impulse/mindless spending. You know, those little purchases that feel harmless but quietly drain your wallet. Think about it, a $5 coffee here, a $7 snack there, maybe a few apps or small gadgets that caught your eye. Doesn't seem like much at the time, right? But do the math, $5 to $10 a day adds up to over $1,000 a year. And most people don't even notice it because it's just a little. The problem is, these tiny leaks keep happening daily, weekly, month after month. And before you know it, thousands of dollars have quietly disappeared from your bank account, money that could have been saved. This is where most of the lost money hides, and it's preventable. Start by tracking your spending for a month, noticing the patterns, and cutting out what doesn't truly matter. It may feel small, but small changes compound, fast. Cutting just these tiny, mindless purchases alone could free thousands each year. And that's money actually working for you instead of disappearing without a trace. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments, and if this shocked you, check out our video on car payment traps next.